Hello friends, welcome to Coding Droplets C# tutorial. So in this video, we are going to see how we can read contents from a file. So we all know in our applications, we will be having so many requirements like reading a CSV file or reading some HTML content from the file or reading something from file. Even if it is not a normal text file, we might need to read some other files like an image file or something. So in that case, we have to read so we will get the data in a byte array, and we have to do it something. So in this video, we are going to see how we can manage or how we can do all these things. So we are going to explain these many functions in this video: Streamreader.Readline and Streamreader.Readline, Streamreader.Read2End, File.OpenText, File.ReadAllText, File.ReadAllLines, and File.ReadAllBytes. So we will be covering all these methods in this video. So before starting the session, I just need to tell you, please subscribe the channel if you haven't subscribed it yet, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you will get notified once we upload new videos, and support us by liking the videos. So let us start the session now. So here first we are going to discuss about Streamreader.Readline. So I have created a sample application. This is a normal Windows application, a WinFirm application. But the things what we are going to show in this video tutorial, you can use it in any kind of applications, whether it is a web application or console application, anything. So first what I'm going to do is I'm placing a button here. So what I need is, while pressing this button, it should read the data from a file. So I'm just changing the text of this button to read file, okay, and changing the name of the button to btn.read file, okay, great. Now I'm just creating a click event for this button. Yeah, now we got the click event. So now while clicking this button, we need to use Streamreader.Readline method and read each lines from the file. So I have created a sample file here. So you can see we have a file named names.txt. So it contains some names: William, James, Jackson, Jack, and we have some names in this file. So we are going to read all these names from this file, and we will read and get it in our application. This is what we need to do. Fine. So in order to do that, first I'm using Streamreader. I'm just naming the object Streamreader object as Streamreader itself is equal to new Streamreader. Okay, fine. So Streamreader, while initiating Streamreader, we have to give some we have to give some values as a parameter, some parameters here. So there are different constructor options here. We can see 11 different options are there. So what we can do is, I'm using this particular constructor. So you can see here we can pass a path value, and it is a string value. We can pass it along with, pass it as a parameter. So first I'm getting the path here, the file path. I'm just hard coding the file path. File path is equal to, okay, in order to escape the slash, I'm just giving a @ here. Okay, fine. Now what we need to do is, our file name is names.txt. Fine, I'm copying that as well and pasting it here. Good. So now the file path is fine. Now here what I'm giving this file path as a parameter along with the stream reader. Okay, fine. Now I'm just declaring a string variable line. Okay, anyway, we are going to read the file line by line. So okay, we can use a while loop here. That is the better option. But before that, for you to better understand the logic, what I'm doing is I'm just declaring. Okay, let me comment this one, and here I'm declaring a new string line, or just a is equal to stream reader dot read line. Okay, and next I'm going to declare another variable, and it is also stream reader dot read line. And again I'm going to declare another variable c, and it is also stream reader dot read line. Now here what I need to explain is how this stream reader dot read line will work. Okay, now here what I need is I'm printing console dot sorry, this is not a console application. I'm sorry, this is a Windows application. So let me do one thing. I will create a list box here, and let us do one thing. Let us add items to this list. Whichever data we are getting from the file, we will add those items to this list, or those strings to this list. Fine. So here what I'm doing is list box 1 is the name of that list box, dot items dot add a, then next I'm adding b, and next I'm adding c. Okay, so now I'm adding 3 different items, a, b and c. Here the thing what you have to understand is, here we have given stream reader dot read line for all these 3 strings, all these 3 variables. Okay, now I'm running this application, and let's see what is the result we are getting. So I'm clicking on read file. So now you can see a, here the first item that I'm adding is a. So a returned William, B returned James, and C returned Jackson. So when we initiate a stream reader, and here we have okay, one more thing I need to mention. Here we are mentioning the using keyword. So if we mention using keyword, automatically while closing this curly braces, the stream reader will get disposed. So once we use the method, and after that we don't need this stream reader, so it will get disposed automatically here. So this stream reader is a disposable object, so we can mention the using keyword and dispose it immediately after its usage. Okay, so now this William, James, Jackson. So here what happened is, once stream reader is initiated, when we called stream reader.read line first time, it has read the first line of the file and stored it into a variable. And when we called stream reader.read line second time, it has read the second line from the file and stored it in variable B. And third time it has read the third line and stored it in variable C. So this is what happened. So each time when we are calling stream reader.read line, it will automatically move to the next line. Okay, so the better option what we can use here is, we can use a while method. So now we don't need this. I will show you how we can exactly use stream reader.read line. I'm using a while method here. While now string dot is null or white space stream reader dot read line Okay, and here we need to do it like this. Okay, now here what I have mentioned is if streamreader.readline is not a null or a white space, so it should contain some text. Okay, then we have to run this method. So once the file content got entered, then immediately we have to exit this while loop. So here we get a null value. So after that, this while loop will get ended. Okay, now here what I'm doing is list box one.items.add line. Simple. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention line here. Line is equal to streamreader.readline. Good. So here now what will happen is while each time this while loop works, Streamreader will read the line and save it into line, and it will also check whether the line is an empty string or a null value. So if it is not a null value, we will add that item to the list box. This is what we need to do. Okay, so now I'm running the application. Read file. So you can see now each and every lines in the file has been listed here. Okay, so this is how Streamreader.readline works. And one important thing what I need to mention here is, here what we are doing is each time we are taking one single line from the file and saving that we are storing that single line in our memory. Okay, so what I need to explain is, if we are having a very huge file which is having some 100,000 records, so completely loading the entire file to the memory will consume a lot of space. But if we are using readline method, it will only take each line at a time, or one line at a time, and save that line will only get stored in the memory, so it will consume very less storage in the memory. Okay, so this is how we can use readline method. Now another thing what I need to show you is, instead of reading this line by line, we can use read to end method. So read to end method is like reading the whole content at a time. So it will read from the starting to the end, and it will save it to our memory. So basically, as I told before, it will, if we are having a file of more than 100,000 records and all, so the whole records or the whole lines will get saved to our memory. Okay, but we can do this if you are having a very small file or a normal kind of, anyway, if even 100,000 is not a big file actually, but we know that there are, we might have some CSV files which got exported from some application which is having some millions of lines and all. So for processing that kind of files, we can use readline method. I think this is the best option to use, as it read line by line. Okay, now so let us check the other way. Is equal to streamreader dot read to end, simple. Okay, now here, anyway, this is not line by line, so what I'm doing is okay, I'm just using a rich text box, which we say multi-line text box, and I'm saving it to, I will be displaying it to this text box actually, rich text box dot text equal to here instead of line I'm using file content. I'm changing the variable name to file content. Okay, and rich text box dot text is equal to file content. Fine. Now let us run the application. So now you can see again it has loaded all the data, but this is not line by line. In a single method, we are loading the entire content of the file and showing it in this rich text box. Okay, so this is how we can use read to end. Now, okay, one more thing I need to show is file.openText. So here, now we have used Streamreader is equal to new. We have initiated a new Streamreader here. So instead of that, now I'm just removing this. Okay, var Streamreader is equal to file.open text of file path. So even this file.open text will return a stream reader. Okay, and as I told, this stream reader is a disposable method or a disposable object. We can use it like this. Okay, so now the difference is we don't need to it is just the difference in the initialization. So before we have initiated using new stream reader of path, so now just we are using system.io.file and file.open text of file path. Again, it will also return the same stream reader. So here we can use the same functions as before, streamreader.readline or streamreader.read2end, both we can use here. So I'm just using file, I'm declaring a variable file content is equal to streamreader.read2end. Okay, then rich text box.text is equal to file content. Okay, and now I am running the application and doing it. So in the same way, there is no difference at all. The only difference is initializing this stream reader in a different way. That is the only difference. And here we can do the same read to line method as well. So that also works in the same way. Okay, fine. Now we are going to see how we can use file.readAllText, read all lines, and read all bytes. So I will just show you how we can use read all text. Var, oh sorry, I removed the file path. Okay, we need the file path here as well. Okay, fine. So file path we have now. Now var file contents is equal to file dot read all text of file path. Okay, now I'm just showing it in rich text box dot text equal to file content. And running the application now. So in the same way, this also works as we told before, like this read to end method. It will read the whole file while executing this single command, and it will after that we are just showing that file content in this text box. So the whole content from the file will be loaded in the memory. Okay, now next thing what I am showing is read all lines. Even in this also it will load the whole content, but there is a small difference in the response or in the result, how it in the result what it returns. So I will show you file.read all lines of file path. Okay, so now this file content, it will show an error. Why? Because now this file content is a string array. It is not a normal string, it is an array. So I will just show you what are the values in file content. I'm running the application and I have just placed a breakpoint here. So here now you can see each line is an string inside the array. So this is an array of strings and we have each lines has different elements. Okay, so here we can use a for loop method, for each, or a for each method, for each var. So here I am using lines. Okay, so var line in lines. Then inside for each method, what we can do is list items.add line. So this will add each elements of that string array. So I forgot to remove the breakpoint. Okay, so now you can see it has added to the list. So each elements of the string array has been added to the list. So here we will get it as an array. But as I told before, this will also read the entire content, and it will consume the memory to store the entire content. Why? Because all the whole content has been, the application will read the whole content while executing the single command, not line by line. Okay. So that is file.readAllLines. Now file.readAllBytes, we might have some requirement to read some file which is not a text file. Say I have placed a JPG file. This is an image file. So say example, I need to read this file. Okay, 101.jpg is the file name. So I'm just changing it here. Now removing all this, var file content is equal to file.readAllBytes of file path. It is very simple. And now this will read, we will get a byte array as the result. So I will show you. So you can see now we got a byte array. Okay, now the whole content or the whole file has been, the application has read the whole file, and now it is a byte array. We got a response as a byte array. Now this byte array, we can use this byte array to save a file as well. So for this, showing that I am just using file.writeAllBytes. So here what we can give is, we can provide the path. So I'm just renaming the file to new _01.jpg. Okay. Then the byte array. So byte array is the file content what we got. So now what I'm doing is I am reading the bytes from this 01.jpg and saving it to new _01.jpg. So let us run the application now. Clicking on read file. So hope it got saved. Yes, you can see now a new image. It is the same image and it got saved as a byte array. So for this kind of purposes, we need to read the file as bytes, and we can use that bytes to save a file or some other purposes. So that's it for this video. So if you have any doubts, please comment to the video. Also, you can share your feedbacks in the video comments. So we are glad to see your feedback, and see you all in the next video. Thank you.